What's up, guys? Welcome to part one of how to swap a Kia Sportage into a Mazda V2200. I'm gonna start this series off as like my first ever YouTube video ever inside of the Kia Sportage, but the Kia Sportage is not driving itself. No. This is how most Facebook Marketplace deals for me end up going. We're bouncing around in a unregistered bill of sale Kia Sportage that is not running and driving by my own truck in front of me with one ratchet strap. We already snapped it, but we're gonna make it to the next town over. Maybe getting a AAA tow. No! The left blinker's on. I think he's gonna try and pass this guy. I really hope he doesn't because oh, you guys are seeing this. Pretty good score for 250 bucks though. My beloved Kia Sportage is on the trailer. Fast forward to now, we got the whole entire engine, transmission. Yeah, we pulled the engine, transmission out. I didn't film really any of it. It was really quick. All you have to do is unbolt the exhaust manifolds. Then this isn't in order. You have to move the alternator over a fair bit. You have to take off the radiator. You gotta take off all this. The fan shroud, the AC thingy, the radiator, the front cross member right here, the grill. And what I did was I cut all the wiring in front that just goes to the headlights since I won't be needing them. And then you gotta disconnect the charcoal canister. You gotta disconnect the heater cores. These three wires back here. You need to take off the air box. You need to take off the mechanical fan. And back here, you need to disconnect this wiring over here. You have to disconnect the ground on the back of the starter. That goes right here. You need to disconnect some starter cord. Yeah, some starter cables right there. You have to disconnect the fuel filter and fuel lines, and I couldn't figure out how to do them. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna use the Mazda fuel filter and fuel lines, so I cut them off. I cut a lot of shit off because I'm not using any of it. Kia speed sensor. You gotta take the transmission, like the shifter, fully off for both of them. See, that's the transfer case right there. I tried taking that off. You actually don't need to, so that would have saved me a lot of time. What I recommend is wrapping the chain all the way around this part right underneath here, right underneath the oil pan. It works very well for the four-wheel drive because I do have the front diff right here. I have to worry about the rack and pinion as well. Oh, and for the power steering stuff, I'm gonna use the B2200 power steering. So I cut all the lines for that. Just made the process easier, and I'm not gonna use any of it, so I might as well not struggle trying to take it all off. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I missed. But yeah, explaining it like this makes it seem a lot simpler. You don't need too many different tools, but it's a pretty easy engine pull. This was the first time I ever pulled an engine with the transmission, so that was cool. I'm gonna have to take the transmission off. My engine is cooked. Let me explain. You see this? That's not good, especially when it's running and it comes out. It did that a lot yesterday. This thing has been toast since I got it, so it's time to get rid of it. We have the Kia motor right here. I have a ton of stuff to put onto here, but for now we're gonna start by taking out this motor. And it honestly shouldn't be too hard. All I have to do is unhook all the fuel lines, unhook this air hose. I think I need to take out the headers or just unbolt the exhaust itself, power steering pump, disconnect the radiator, and we should be good to go. I think first of all, I'm gonna take off the hood. The hood is off. Now it's time to disassemble. I think I'm gonna start with the radiator and all that first. Start by getting this fan off, then the radiator, then the hose. These are gonna be 4 10mm bolts, and use a little wrench to do that. All right, then you can just pull that out. Pull it right on out. It's totally optional, I'm pretty sure, but then you can leave pretty sure you can just leave this hooked up if you're just pulling the engine, but then you could undo the alternator and get this belt off. And I think next will be the radiator. All right, it's gonna be a couple 10mm bolts, but mine, half the bolts are zip ties, so I think that's just on my case though, but it should just go out like this. There we go. Now would probably be a good time to drain the radiator out. All right, the radiator is basically all drained out. Now time to disconnect the two hoses and then unbolt it from the last couple bolts. All right, now the radiator's out. Now we've got a lot more room to pull this thing out. Got the power steering belt off. You need a 7/8 wrench and then a 12mm. Next, I'm gonna unplug the wires that go into here and unbolt this. And then I'm gonna take off all the fuel lines and vacuum lines. I'm gonna take off the intake hose right there and disconnect that. But we're getting pretty close. Okay, got this whole thing of wiring out here. Okay, so we got all the fuel lines that we needed out, and we got the heater core unhooked. We got the intake off. I think all we have to do now is take the throttle cable out, unbolt the exhaust, and then unbolt the bell housing bolts along with the starter. All right, my exhaust has just been taken out. All right, gotta take the throttle cable out now. Okay, now I think it's time for bell housing bolts and starter. All right, we got the starter out. Now it's time to get the rest of the bell housing bolts. All right, we got the 4 bottom bell housing bolts out. Now time to get this one and then the upper ones. All right, now we have every single bell housing bolt out. All we have to do now is get this down, free up the cherry picker, pull this motor out once we take out the engine mounts. All right, we got it all chained up. And if I did everything right, it should just come right out. Well, the transmission's coming with. That's not good. What did I do wrong? Well, that's not good. Okay, so it looks like whoever had my truck before me didn't have the transmission mounted down. So it's trying to come with it. We almost made it. So we have to fix that. After trial and error, turns out I was missing a bolt. I ended up disconnecting my transmission and getting gear oil everywhere, and I hate gear oil smell, so that's just lovely. But we figured it out. All right, we got it to here, and then I realized I accidentally got this around this. So I'm gonna eat lunch and come back and deal with this. All right, we just dropped the Kia's flywheel off at the machine shop to get resurfaced, and then I'm gonna try and get home as quick as possible because it's like 3:30 and it's gonna get dark super quick, and I don't want to work in the dark, so we're gonna get as much done as we can. All we need to do is fully get the engine out, put the transmission back in, and we can start on the flywheel. Okay, after a couple hours and a little bit of a fight, the motor is out and ready to be destroyed. Cool, barely left a mark. So I guess that'll be part 1. Then I have to take the oil pan off and swap it with that one. I gotta take the accessories like the power steering and the alternator and all that, and I need to swap it over. And then I need to put the transmission back into place because it's out of place right now. Get a new motor mount right here because this one's absolutely destroyed. This one's okay. Yeah, this one's okay. I might as well buy 2 though. And then I think that should be it. Obviously I might clean it up in here a little bit best I can, but I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure exactly what I need. We gotta drill the hole into the bell housing of the transmission. We have to get new motor mounts, new slave cylinder, and new transmission mounts, I think. Then we need to put the new clutch kit onto the Kia with its resurfaced flywheel. Then we need to swap the oil pans over, as long as a new valve cover, and I have new spark plugs as well. I have a couple other little things, but in all, that should be what it needs. And then we need to wire it up, but that's super simple. So hopefully this information, I mean, I didn't do a great job at filming everything I was doing, but I was just kind of like showing you the steps in my process. If you guys needed any information, hopefully you got the information you needed. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.